Hello, welcome to November Spirit Messages. Yes, I skipped last month. I took a little break, but I'm back this month. Couple days late. It's crazy times, whatever. This time I'm not going to go through all of the astrology just because my kids come home from school, and two, I just want to pull some cards and see what comes through because I feel like it's going to be a very interesting month. So I'm going to start. Okay, so the first card that I pull is Narrow Pathway, Tread Thoughtfully. You can see this is like a desert scene, and when I pull this card, I feel like those of you that are drawn to watch this video, there's an area in your life where you're really walking on eggshells. There's this, I feel like for a lot of you, there's this one person in particular where you're like, I can't say this, I can't do this, I can't be myself around them. I have to tread carefully because otherwise they're just going to blow up at me. And they really, the angels, guides, spirits want to come in and really just wrap you up in a hug because I feel like this is really stressing you out. This one person, this one situation, it's really stressing you out, and they want you to know that it will change. I don't see right now, I'm seeing towards the end of the month more things are shifting. This is a big month of shift and change and transformation, and I feel like what was at the beginning of this month is not going to be at the end. Things are really shifting. They want me to pull another one. Okay. Okay. So this is Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. I love this card. So this card is really about foundations and trusting that there is a plan for you. I feel like there's been a lot of confusion and not knowing, should I go left or should I go right? And I feel like they want you to keep taking steps of where you want to be. Like they're not saying, just sit back and let us do everything. They keep taking those steps because I feel like some of you are kind of paralyzed in this, I don't know what to do, so I'm not going to do anything type of fear. And I feel a lot of fear around movement. And, I'm just waiting for things to come to me. I'm just waiting to know for sure. And they want to say to you, you're not going to know for sure. Sorry, you're not going to know for sure. You have to leap. You have to trust that there is a plan for you, and that if you take that step on and on and on, eventually you will get maybe not to where you want to be, but where you need to be. And I feel like that's a big shift this month too, is realizing what are you wanting versus what do you actually need in your life? Because maybe something you want isn't aligned with what you actually need to be doing. Okay. Pull another one. Okay. Synchronicity. I've been seeing a lot of these lately. I don't know about you, but this is, the numbers 444, things, weird coincidences that you can't quite explain. You're like, it's a little weird. But seeing repeating numbers, getting the signs, and they're kind of joking like, we're sending you these numbers, but you don't know what they mean. They're showing me Google, like Google the numbers. Like, we're sending you these numbers for a reason. 444, 222. Google them. So they really want you to dive more into the messages that they're trying to send you, because they are sending you messages and you're seeing them. You just don't know what they mean or how they apply to your life. And I feel like sit and like first look up, if you're saying like 222, look up what 222 means. What definition of that resonates with you? And then once you figure that out, take some time to sit with spirit and just, I see like automatic writing or just sitting in meditation, and things will start coming to you like, okay, this is what this could mean here. So I feel like just taking more time to slow down and really decipher the messages that they're sending you. I will say also, this is a big time for like dream messages. So pay attention to your dreams. And they're showing me like astral travel. Like I feel like some of you are starting to astral project when maybe you haven't done that before, or, you know, just pay attention to what's going on with your dreams. Maybe keep a dream journal and line that up kind of with what's going on in your life, because I feel like you're going to be surprised by what this symbol in the dream means in your life. Okay. See, fogged in. Go slow, take time. Simple message. We'll pull another one. Okay. This is the ever unfolding rose, cracked opening. It's happening for you, not to you. This goes back. So Scorpio season is really a lot of transformation, and this month in particular, I feel like some of you are going to feel like everything is falling apart. Like my family's falling apart, my job's falling apart, like I'm falling apart, my health, I feel like you feel like everything is coming to this tipping point of how can I do this? I can't do this anymore. Everything is falling apart. But they want to assure you that this is just one point on the map. This is not where it ends. This is not the end of the story. This is a chapter. This is a point on the map taking you to the next point. You will get through this. Things will change, and everything changes. That's good things and bad things. So if it's something bad, great news, you're going to get through it. Things are going to change. If it's something good, great news, enjoy that moment while it lasts, because guess what? Things are going to change, and eventually something bad's going to happen. Like, that's just life. We have these cycles. We're on this roller coaster. Like, it's never going to be peace and love and everything all the time. That's just not what this human experience is about. And maybe that's what we want it to be about. And it'd be a whole lot easier if it was about that. But they just really want to assure you that even if you feel like everything is falling apart, things fall apart to come back together and to be built up in a different way. Maybe this way is not working for you, and maybe you needed this breakdown to see that this way is not working and you need to go another way. Okay, let me pull another one. Synchronicity again. Okay, we see you. All right, I'll pull another one. Oh, this one's jumping out. What is this? Okay, balance. This is also a good card, balance. So with this energy of feeling like this person's out to get me, I have to walk on eggshells with them. Over here, I'm falling apart, or I feel like there's a lot of you like falling apart behind the scenes. Like, on the outside, you're so strong and together, and like people look at you and there's like no way they would have any way of knowing that there's something big going on. But internally, it's like I see like a war, like this just spiritual warfare of like these two sides, these two people, these just two forces of how am I doing this? How can I be this way, but also be this way? Like to everyone else, I look like this. But when I go home, I'm like this. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of you that's having like this cognitive dissonance to where you can't quite figure out who you are for real. Who is the real you? And sorry, my cat just distracted me. She's meowing out there. Let's talk about balance. So this balance card is about balancing. It's not even your appearances. It's like balancing your inner world. I feel like you're so hard on yourself. Like there's so many of you that are just so hard on yourself, and it's just this icky energy of like, why can't I do better? Why am I not better? Why am I still struggling with this same thing that I was struggling with 2 years ago? What is this pattern? What is happening? Shouldn't I be past this now? Why is this coming up again? These patterns just keep coming and coming and coming, and we're not going to get rid of them until we really face them head on. And that's scary and it's hard to do. And sometimes we never do them. To be honest, sometimes we just keep the same pattern forever. Not trying to scare you, but some people, you know who I'm talking about. The type of people that just don't get out of that pattern. Like they just do the same thing over and over and over. And you're like, why? Everyone else can see it. But they just really want to wrap you up in a hug and be like, you know, being a human is freaking hard. It's so hard. And this is like school. It's like Earth school. This is not your home. You know, this is where your soul has come to learn, to grow, to experience these things so that we can grow spiritually. Our soul grows on the other side. This is school. And guess what? Sometimes school sucks. But also, things can be really beautiful. You know, they want to bring you back to just think about, like, you know, the birth of your children, when you got married, the first time you went on this beautiful vacation, like Thanksgiving with family, like whatever it is that really just warms your heart and you're like, oh my gosh, it's just the best thing ever. We get the good with the bad. You know, we really get the good with the bad. So even though we experience these horrible, traumatic things sometimes, we also experience really beautiful things. Okay, I feel like one more, and then I think I'm done rambling. Ooh, Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. So this kind of, hold on, there's like a fruit fly on my screen, really? I hope you can't see that on the camera. But anyway, this card is like I feel like some of you are not familiar with the Akashic records. And so I want to explain that a little bit. It's like kind of like the hall of knowledge. It's this library of like your soul's journey and everyone's soul's journey. And it has all of your previous incarnations and lessons you've learned. And it's like a big record keeping hall. And I do Akashic readings. If you'd like one, just DM me. But it's interesting because I feel like there's some of you that are being drawn to this Akashic type energy to where so the Akashic records, you can ask like who you are, what you're here for. Why were you put here at this time? What is your purpose? I feel like that's when people really try to dig into the Akashic records, is trying to find out what is your purpose? What's the point of this lifetime? Like, what is this? And, you know, they really want you to delve into self-reflection and just, they say, look at the little things, because there is no one point. There is no one purpose. you affect so many people in your life in so many different ways. There's just this big ripple effect, whether you see it or not. And you probably don't see it, and you probably don't see the effect that you have on people, and how just talking to one person affects that person, but then they go and talk to somebody else, and then somebody else, and it's this big ripple effect. And you don't see how much you impact the world, and they really want to bring that into perspective for you, that you have a bigger impact than you realize. Okay? And I feel that fruit fly just like flew on my face. Why? Why is there a fruit fly in the basement? Okay. Anyway, I think I think that's it. We've gone 15 minutes. It's good. Okay. I think we're done. All right. You guys have a wonderful November, and I should be back in December. I'll see you in December. Have a wonderful day.